What's going on, everybody? Oh, yeah, what's up, everybody? As if you couldn't tell, that was a bit of a surprise, but we're back. Either way, we're going to be jumping into map 3, our final map of the evening. It will be Icebox, and if you had to take bets right now, Cup of Frag, if you had to take a random shot in the dark, how do you think this one's going to go?
Don't do me like this, man. I'm having a look at
Put all your chips on the table right now. Do it right now.
Right now. Right here, right now. We'll have a look at the data, the stats. I've got to, a bit of a stats man myself. Have a look for what we're seeing. It's Ascent, and Ascent is been and gone. So Icebox, excuse me if I get my facts straight. So many maps I've seen. It's gonna be I'm gonna say the Mafia. I've got a lot of
good because I wasn't. Okay. I was gonna say Lemonade Stand.
That was a genuine reaction there. I don't know if you saw the trouble on my face to try and break it down. We'll go to the map itself as well if you'd like, Sep, just to kind of see kind of what we're dealing with in Icebox, where those pain points are, where we're looking for teams to focus. I think there's a lot to do on Icebox, a lot to do right, and a lot that you can easily do wrong. I'll take the pen and paper just for a short moment. I think Viper, we've seen it already today. I
think she's a guarantee.
Yeah, you need Viper. You want to see those toxic screens. That's a toxic screen, by the way. Perhaps not identical to what you're going to see in game, and this is exactly why I'm not a Viper main. Just an Ascent, thank you very much. But you're looking for Viper walls. You're also going to be looking for some smokes or orbs taking over that mid control, so you can zip under the tube and do your magic as well. But if you're talking of sites, I think a site, an extremely difficult site to take. You've got so many points of contest. You've got pipes. You've got bell. I think I don't want to call it impossible site, but I think definitely the highest skill cap for an A execute.
I agree. And I want to talk about as well before we jump away, if I can get my thing to work. To me, I feel like mid is important a lot in a lot of the maps, but I feel this area, kitchen, and this area here is almost crucial in general. I'm the yellow, by the way. I think that's yellow or it's green. I'm colorblind.
I'm colorblind too, but so don't ask me, okay?
But basically, I think that's really important because if you're pushing through mid, if you're coming up this way, you can kind of take presence of kitchen. That opens up this entire back area here. Then you can push to A or you can push to B, but rather than just gunning it down mid, especially if there's a Raze or a Viper on the enemy team, you're just going to be standing out. You're going to be fish in a barrel. So I think it's really important to almost go to the side of mid rather than to go to mid itself. But speaking of Viper and Raze, they are both making an appearance here.
Okay. And you did say earlier on in Icebox, a Raze could be super impactful. Yes. It's in the hands of Zekon. It's an exit player. It's a player that we know to be a banger on those duelists. Let's also have a look and see what Bang's chosen for his agent selection. I know Bang has switched it up. He's playing a little bit of Russian roulette, perhaps, within the kind of the selection.
Just a bit.
Sage this time.
Yeah, and I'm really excited, not only because I think Raze is super impactful on Icebox, but she's also my favorite agent of the game. She's the only one that I play. Really? And I think she's neat. And hey, look, it's our friends again. They came with us to Ascent. That is so kind. I genuinely did not know these were on Icebox. I did not know these were here.
There's so many Easter eggs in Valorant, and the more that I pay attention to, I know Flippy, he's probably got Easter eggs out the yin-yang from all of the maps. Haven as well, there's so many under the map as well as above the map. So cool little things that maybe you can look at your own time. But something to look at right now, the only thing that you should be seeing clearly is pissed around in this last map for the quarterfinal with frags. They're going so heavy already.
Yeah, Bang coming out seriously strong there. And I definitely want to talk about the fact that you hit the nail on the head, Kappa. You nailed it. They didn't go to A. They went to what should be the easier point to take. Everybody chose B because I agree. Taking A is super difficult. Taking B, usually not as hard. So we definitely see that happening here. Miniature, for the first time, I think ever, the last player left alive rather than the first one to die. So that's spicing things up a little bit.
Definitely. On the KJ, what can you do with the KJ? No util? That turret. Not able to muster it just yet. Oh, this is a present. This is a gift like it's Christmas morning.
One enemy remaining.
Where's the other player?
Wait, where's the... No, you're not close enough. You're not close enough.
That's the defuse. Oh,
let's go. Let's go. Oh. I was about to rip Cavern to shreds. I've got to be totally super honest. I was ready to put my emotions on the table, but no, Cavern did turn that one around. They got things figured out, so they found some good value there, but barely, just barely.
Cavern with a big flank, and it's always risky, isn't it? For round number one, pistol round, going for a big flank, it's a bit frowned upon, right? Where you're like, okay, if you mess this up, you do not hit your shock dart, GG. But no, it's going to be GG in the other way. Great use of the shot darts, both impacting perfectly. And yet again, the Sova diff coming into play.
Yeah, the Sova diff certainly making an appearance, but Nilly there, who finds one. Osias picks up a second. Bang does find Osias, so a bit of a trade out, but the damage has been done a little bit. And I definitely want to talk about the healers back on both sides, but now Lemonade Stand, I feel like to take your top dog like Bang and put them on the support role, not the greatest call.
You know what is a good call?
What a shot.
Shots like that. We've got so many hot takes that were coming in from these one taps here. I say hot taps is what I meant to say. Hot takes on the hot taps. 4 versus 2. Lemonade Stand. They full bought into this. This wasn't just a Spectre or two. It was Vandal, Spectre, full util. Super expensive to take the L here.
Yeah, a very expensive round to lose on, but if anybody's going to turn this around, like we saw it happen already, it's Bang and Cavern, right? So we're going to have to see if they can really clutch this one out. I'm curious why they're choosing to engage on B when they know at least Dim Sum and the Sage are over here. So they know at least 2 are on B. It might be smarter to kind of go around flank a little bit differently, but Nilly waiting in the wrong corner, which is kind of silly, but you know, it's not like they know where the enemy team is, just us.
We do have that privilege.
On fire.
Seeing the X-ray. No X-ray.
Nilly's dead here. Yep.
Oh!
Oh! Oh! Clean as an absolute... Oh, the wall went up? The wall went up?
10 seconds.
You gotta go for the plant. You just have to.
Time. 4 seconds.
Nice!
Oh my goodness.
No way. What did I say? If anybody turns this around, it's going to be Cavern and Bang, and it looks like that may happen right here. Cavern's going to have to go for the dib, maybe wait to hear the defuse.
Good recon.
You've got to play careful. You've just got to play slow here. You're 57 HP.
Yeah, that's the patience that we need to see. It's a quarterfinals, your last matchup. Winner takes all in the sense of going further to give it another chance in your semi-final. Just dancing round the spike. No! Cavern getting a bit too antsy, a bit too excited. Doesn't wait for the defuse and gives her that aggro piece. So unfortunate.
I was clenching my teeth so hard during that. I was just waiting. I almost feel bad there. Cavern had the right idea, but just did not catch that miniature was rotating around the back like that. That's definitely going to hurt them there in just terms of things getting tied up. The statistical win becomes a statistical loss, and now tied up 1-1 this round. Look across the board. We see a little bit of firepower in favor of Mafia, but truly, this is anybody's game. This is going to come down to more to who's hitting their shots than who has what gun.
Given a bit of kudos to go back to that clutch there, Miniature, the performance there to outplay the recon dart. He didn't give Cavern a chance to get that recon, and because of that recon denial, that is completely what won that 1 versus 1. Talking to recon, Nilly getting tagged early.
Yeah, absolutely. That recon kind of evasion was very intelligent. And I don't want to call it risky, but it's definitely, you know, that could have not worked out if that was just the recon itself was a bait. You know, it definitely was a careful play to make. And speaking of careful plays, Dynamic being extra careful there, heard even a little bit of sound and decided to tuck tail. About to get folded in on like a lawn chair, taking a little bit of damage in the process, but not going to take anything out quite yet. Traded out by Zekin. Boy finds one. Justanova finds an equalizer, picks up an extra elimination. So now Lemonade Stand going to be up 3-2, and Justanova going for a really risky plant.
Planted.
Slaps that spike down. Can they slap their opponents around? 3 versus 2. Advantage for the hold. Mafia going for big things. Down to the 1-on-1.
And Cavern's crit too. Oh, this is going to be tough. 46 HP against Osias, who's at full. Honestly, I think... Oh, there it is! I was going to say, I think Cavern just needs to wait for Osias to overstep their boundaries. Guess what happened? Osias overstepped the boundary, went way too far out of line there. It was kill hungry, I think. I think they just looked for the opportunity to get a kill, and they got a little hungry for it.
That's the thing. You're an agent like Viper, you've got to work with util. I'm not even sure what util was available because I didn't even get a chance. Like Cavern just flicking his head, ripped his head off his shoulders and says, listen, mate, don't come looking for me because I'm looking for you. And the recon advantage is going to follow through for Sova and the likes of Lemonade Stand. 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1 here for Lemonade Stand. Dynamic goes for the orb and takes, honestly, a decent chunk of damage there. That nade just barely catching them out, but the damage has been done. Zekin finds Miniature. Justanova picks up Nilly. blink and you miss it. These rounds, they're happening so quickly. This is still possible for MAFIA to turn around, but the fact that that Jet is just rocking a pistol right now is really going to make this one hard to engage.
And we're seeing difficult mode, the extra hard mode going on these A plays here. Some voices are up for the challenge. The res comes in from Bang as well. Talking about the Sage diff, there it is. And the diff of one tap's Dynamic. What a tap!
Yeah, Dynamic now has a real gun as well, so I believe that was either a Phantom or a Spectre. I did not get to catch it fast. It was a Vandal, okay, whatever, but it's an assault rifle nonetheless, so we're going to have to see what happens here. Dynamic, critical HP there, down to 18. Honestly, I don't think there's much Dynamic can do here.
Do you save a rifle in this point? I think it might be a good idea.
Honestly, savings, yeah, actually, we haven't seen anybody save all day. I feel like we've seen a lot of hero plays, and it looks like they're not really going to get the chance because Zekken's going to pick up a 4K and Dynamic will die. So you've reset the economy, you're up by 2, and statistically speaking, you should win this round as well. I just want Zekken to get a really good showstopper. That's all I want.
Just give him one. Just one good showstopper, right? That's all you want to see out of a Raze, especially with how damn expensive that ultimate is now, man. How many orbs it takes, I think that's a crime. I'm a former Raze main. I say former because those nerfs, they put Raze in a trash can as far as I'm concerned for agent selection.
Yeah.
Again, it's map dependent and it's player dependent, right? In the right hands,
for sure.
Has Zekken got that skill cap necessary? I think so. I think Zekken is the kind of player you should see in the Raze. But saying that, Dynamic, the best player in the server right now with that playstyle.
Cavern just had his feet ripped off his body by that blade storm. That just such great aggression. Now rotating around. Yeah, Justinova literally was not even aware of the fact someone was near them. That was really great rotation. Hyper aggression. Now things tied up 3-3. Bang on the Sage so far. You do not see Sage's top fragging often, but Bang is just putting in the absolute work.
I love Sage on Icebox. It used to be something I was scared
I
of,
agree.
But with a good Ice Wall usage, you've seen it in Tube there, for example, you can close off one of those 3 entry points to site, and it's been used perfectly well so far. No Sage available for the MAFIA at this point. Sage has hit the grave.
Oh, speaking of hitting the grave, there goes Root, and Dynamic still has the Blade Storm just out and about, really storming and getting hyper aggressive, does not look up fast enough, and Bang will find that equalizing kill once again, 2-2. There it is, please make it a good one!
Oh,
what?
No!
Wait, hello?
Showstopper just not doing the AoE it needed to, and I think that's a tell of the time to defuse halfway. I don't think there's enough time.
Dim sum!
He could have had that.
What a weird round! What happened to that showstopper?
So, something with a showstopper, the area of effect of the damage explosion radius has changed over the patches. And unfortunately, if you're not hitting an object like a wall with the explosion radius close to the agent, it doesn't do the damage it should. And as you saw there, kind of pathetic really for an ultimate and not doing what it should. Zekken, maybe sort of playing that old school Raze where you used to be able to hit a showstopper from downtown, hit it out at the park, but not now. You need to be in those perfect scenarios, and it wasn't aimed enough at the ground. But that's maybe a bit of background as to why on earth that didn't pay off. The double up draft coming in, and it's going to pay off. There it is, Sep, for you.
I didn't even know you could do that on Icebox. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so happy to be here. Oh my god, Root is just barnstorming in, finding insane Elins, and this feels like Haven. I feel like we never left Haven. It just got cold.
Where did the sunshine go? Well, it's definitely not on the MAFIA camp at this moment. Maybe a few clouds and some lightning bolts and storm just like it is outside for me right now. Hopefully we don't lose me in the broadcast. Otherwise, I'll be feeling a bit cold and on my own. Right now, one player feeling a bit cold, and that is going to be KJ, which I do believe is Miniature over the side of the MAFIA.
Yeah, Miniature, like, always lives. Miniature, like, refuses to die. They're always the last person alive.
That's one tap. Coming in with the gun. You're right. It has been the sole survivor, the kind of I am legend perspective here for Miniature.
One enemy remains.
No way. No way.
Come on, Miniature.
10 HP clutch. 10 HP clutch.
He's not feeling Miniature right now. He's feeling massive.
He's
feeling humongous. Pre-fire of the corners. Sep, where is he?
There's no way Miniature pulls this off. No, looking the wrong way. Oh.
Yeah, he's saving.
I'm so anxious.
You know, he deserved that clutch. He so deserved that clutch of those one taps. The Guardian, I was speaking to someone about this the other day. It's one of those guns where you miss your first shot, it's over. It's absolutely over on the rechamber. But 2 one taps, I mean, hitting the target, bang on the nose. Bullseye.
Yeah, the Guardian's like the big boy version of the Sheriff, honestly. It's
the big boy
you miss your
Sheriff.
first shot. You miss your first shot, you lose the firefight. You really do. So the fact that Miniature won not 1 but 2 firefights in a row, very impressive, very impressive. Not as impressive as that double updraft Blade Storm, but I think that's just my personal opinion getting in the way.
No, the double updraft is going to be enough to seal the deal. Roots, amazing performance there has pulled through. 5-1, Lemonade stands. There's no room for another business right now. The Mafia, they owned the town before, but Lemonade stand, they're crawling in. Zekken.
The double blast back from Zekken just past the entire enemy team, but you're like in enemy territory now. Like, what do you do? So a lot of damage coming out there, but Zekken, yeah, I was gonna say Zekken making it work. 3 between Zekken and Root there. Cavern finds the 4th, and now nearly, you blink and all of a sudden their entire team is just completely gone. This is gonna be really tough. I mean, you could res, but I don't think that's the call here.
No, I completely agree. I know you had the wall.
Oh no! Now,
but you know what? It's a 3 versus 2. But those plate shells and a shotgun. Oh no! There goes the heal too. So no heals, no ice ball, no slow ult. It's all gunfight here.
Enemy remaining.
No way! No way!
What a race.
No way! We're about to eat our words live on stream. This is just incredible. What great accuracy. No, it's Root! It's Root with the 4K! Oh, magnifique. Root just takes that resurrection, just beats the crap out of it there. Completely ultimate down the drain. 6-1 now. Lemonade stand. They are tearing it up on Icebox.
What a backhand. What a backhand to the face of the Mafia.
Truly.
Get out. Get out the game. I mean, that resurrection, we did kind of talk about it briefly in that moment of this is a risky play, but the risk, I think it paid off. I still think that was the right call. It was high risk. High reward came in, put it to the 1 versus 1, but they just can't do enough to get it done. So close, but yet so far for the Mafia.
Yeah, so close, yet just unbelievably far away, even with the help of that
Miniature
ult,
again!
to turn things around. But Miniature, yeah, amazing with this Guardian so far. Takes out Root, who I think is currently top fragger, but all of a sudden, never mind. That Guardian just does not matter. Instead, Dynamic with the Sheriff just lining things up for you, Cup of Frag. I mean, this is amazing. 2-2. Dynamic is literally 3 HP. It does not matter. Literally does not matter if you don't get to fire a bullet. Justanova will fall. Dim Sum Boy also just rocking the Sheriff right now. Cavern might be able to find 1, but now has to find another. This is going to be tough.
I feel like I'm in a frag fever dream right now. These frags are going in so quickly that you literally, you don't even get a chance to blink. It's just gone. Vroom. It's gone like Sonic the Hedgehog with tails just behind. Right now, 2 Sovas. Who's the better Sova in the dimension?
Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. We've seen a lot of Sova gameplay today, but a 70 HP Sova versus a 125 HP Sova. But it's fun because the Sova with less health has the better weapon. So we're going to have to see which one of these things really gets lined up. They're both waiting for the other one to approach. This might accidentally turn into a save round. Yeah,
it's looking as such, isn't it? But little do we see that knowledge from Cavern. We have the privilege of seeing all the all-seeing eye, I should say. Dim Sum Boy patiently waiting, and it's a 50-50, right? He goes for the chance of, hey, I think he might be pushing A. It's not going to be the case, and interesting play here for Cavern. Planted for quite a few angles, for Snowman, for Sight. In fact, pardon me for Snowman. I thought it was a bit further across. That's just for Sight, that plan.
Huh. Yeah, this is certainly a courageous move, a bold option to be made. But hey, you got the plant, so you get the extra credits and you get the win actually. So never mind, scratch everything I was just about to say. But now Cavern finding that kill, Lemonade stand, they are up 7-1. I was gonna say it's risky because you give away your location, and when you're 70 HP, it's gonna be really tough to turn that fight around. When your enemy just walks into your crosshair, that doesn't even matter.
A great performance from Cavern with simply just outbraining his opponent. He had an idea that Dim Sum was on the rotation, says, listen, I'm not going to force the gunfight. You come to me, brother. And he did, and predictability is going to be something that Lemonade Stand had on the lockdown. Speaking of lockdown, the Mafia do have a lockdown. They've got a Blade Storm. We need to see the big guns right now.
We really do, because Mafia, they are getting so close to 10, or excuse me, we could go as far as 11-1ing at the half, and that is disastrous. The worst game I've ever seen was a 13-0 on Ascent. This could be a 13-1 on Icebox.
Yeah, it's looking so one-sided. And I feel sick saying that, because the Mafia, I know they've got strats, they have been executing, they've been putting it down to 1 versus 1s, but the clutch, the X factor is Lemonade Stand right now. Oh, that is BM, the flying frag.
The flying frag indeed. Oh no, wait, Root got caught by the lockdown? I missed that. That stinks, but you had the whole team to back you up, so it's not the end of the world. A lot of damage coming out. Bang does find Dynamic. Nilly gets the trade kill, but Root immediately puts Nilly down. Resurrection from Cavern on, or excuse me, Resurrection from Bang onto Cavern, keeping things at a 4v2. 3 ultimates at the ready from Lemonade Stand. They don't even need to use another one to win this round. Dim Sum Boy will find Root, but you're still up by 1 on the side of Lemonade Stand. You've just got to play careful, and it looks like they really don't know which way to go right now.
What is the right way to go?
30 seconds left.
When you're playing against a roster that have just given such a fight. Both teams, as much as the lead, there's 6 rounds. That does not define the pace, the momentum of these two teams. Great positioning from Rasias. He needs to do so much. 2 frags need to be his. He sees 1. He sees 2. The spike gets down though, and 5-10 seconds has to go for that stick.
I have the spike.
Has to go for it. Osias finds Cavern there. Gonna have to go for the plant. And it's gonna be close, but I think they have just enough time. Yeah, a little over a second left. You've got the showstopper. Honestly, not the worst idea to use it. I think getting even 1 kill with the showstopper makes it worth it.
And the shells, but poised and ready, taking a little bit too much time, and Trigger Discipline, it was something needed for the 1 versus 2, but not enough to get it done against this team. 2 players working well together. Teamwork makes the dream work, and that is going to double up that 1 round to make it to 2. So you're talking about 11-1? Not on their watch.
Yeah, not going to be happening quite yet. The 11-1 not making the appearance that I wish it would have, but definitely here he is. Here is my favorite Easter egg in the whole game. This goofy little penguin.
Pingu?
Look at how adorable he is. I love him to death. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
Pingu with a backpack. I think Pingu was something just for EU. I don't know if we had Pingu. It was
every time I play this game, every time I play this map, I do it for him. I do it for that little penguin there.
What a guy. Just chilling with his backpack and broadcasting this out to the masses. Showstopper not actually doing anything again. And Zeka gets deleted once more. But the Blade Storm, that's what you should be watching.
That was so aggressive for no reason. It was 3 ultimates at the exact same time, but Lemonade Stand, they are looking to take absolutely no prisoners. The Viper's Pit as well. 4 ults in 1 round here. Lemonade Stand looks like they are really trying to turn momentum back in their favor. This is the best way to do it. Osias walks into the Viper's Pit, gets bit. There comes another kill around the corner. Justinova finds 2, and Lemonade Stand goes up 8-2.
That's what you call an ultimate overload. It's a lot to process for a caster, for
That was
a
a
player.
full-blown ult apocalypse.
Yeah, that's the Valorant apocalypse happening.
I don't think I've ever seen that many ultimates used at the same time. Like, at most, I think I've seen, like, 2, maybe 3 in simultaneous. That was 4 back-to-back-to-back-to-back.
There was, like, literally 4 agents talking about their ultimates all at the same time, and it's like they're heckling their opponent. Can you hear us? We're coming, and we've got your name on the grave of where to put you. 8-2. Such a difference in these 2 teams right now.
I love that wall. I think it's such an inconvenience, and I think it's hilarious. But that has nothing to do with the fact that Dynamic just got that kill onto Justinova. Immediately, Root does find that trade again. These Jets, I've got to say, it feels like we're just watching a 1v1 with these Jets, and everybody else is just kind of participating, honestly.
It is. It has been a bit of a Jet show. We'll check out the frags and see who has been stealing the show just after this round here. Nearly trying to get into this one. Such a good game number 2. Hasn't really had a chance to get into the game number 3. Dynamic. 2 pickups this round, though.
About to be a
3.
Third. Yep. Cavern showed his elbow, and that's all that was needed. The wall bang does come through.
Give
Dynamic,
us the ace.
if they give us our first ace with an operator, all right, whatever. You had your fun. Root's ready to win the round once again. Gonna be pushing in 3 on the defense. 2 versus 2. Now the Sage alive on both sides. Resurrection on Dynamic. Oh, nearly does find Bang.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's 5. Legendary 6K. Mythical 6K is on the table. It is possible to get all 6 right here, right now. Will it happen? No! No, it's gonna be Osiris who interrupts the mythical 6K, and you lose the round anyway. Getting the kill was just rude. That would have been the clip of a lifetime, but Lemonade Stand, they still go up
Last
9-2.
round in the half.
That would have been the best, the only way to seal that
mythical
second to last
6.
round. The mythical 6, if I could spit my words out. Buddy, that was a nice ace though.
Amazing, very, very true, very true. An incredible ace. Just, I don't want to take away from how good the ace was. I'm just sad that I didn't get to see the 6K.
Hey, we've been wined and dined by these teams in the sense of what they've offered us here today, and we'll take those. We take the ace, maybe. There's another one to go for the ace race. Dynamic chiming in for 3 frags there. Didn't quite get what he needed. The rotation's happening. The Mafia, they're running for their lives, trying to get onto site here. The Viper's bits in play. Sire's trying to keep them at bay.
Oh, a Blade Storm as well. So now we're seeing Mafia kind of take a page out of Lemonade Stand's books. They're like, we're just going to use every goal we have. We'll get at least 1 kill, right? At least 1 kill makes it worth it. But it's going to be a lot of slow game coming out right now. Everybody's in different spots. Root has that Blade Storm popped as well. I didn't hear that one go off, but these Jets are actually really close to one another. At least they were just a moment ago. Dim Sum Boy waiting for somebody to poke on that mid-range. This is one of those rounds where it really just comes down to who finds that opening kill.
Who's going to be that entry fragger?
Standing ahead.
Big question. Maybe there's multiple entry fraggers, especially lineups like this.
There it is.
He's going to be entry fragger. He's going to double down.
Yeah, Root's just going to start raining terror there, able to find a double kill. The Viper's Pit hardly matters now as Osiris has lost almost their entire team. Miniature gets taken out. Bang just walks in and takes Osiris' head clean off their shoulders now. A 5-1, a flawless round to hit those double digits. This one, just Lemonade Stand. They are taking 0 prisoners on Icebox so far.
This is literally like there's a Lemonade Stand, as you mentioned, the little blonde girl that's selling lemonade to the community. She's got a mask, of course. She's playing it safe as well. But not only that, has she turned up on the block on the corner, she's all of a sudden said, hey, I'm buying your juice store, your juice bar. And it's like, what do you mean you're buying it? You're like a little girl, gets the checkbook out, and it's being bought. Lemonade Stand, they have bought themselves into this matchup in probably the biggest, the strongest presence we've seen so far today.
Yeah, I have to agree that this is probably the strongest presence that we've had the opportunity to see here today. They have been...
I love this angle.
I mean, if they win Icebox 13-2, just statistically speaking, that's the best we've seen today. And honestly, I don't... Oh! Zekin already knew where that dart was headed. Able to find Dynamic out the gate. Osiris picks up Root. Right now, this is Mafia's really... This is their last time to shift momentum in their favor. So if they lose this pistol round, I think they can just kiss Icebox goodbye.
You can hear GG sort of just ringing through their ears. Miniature. Trying to do some big things here. We did see those big cardio 1 taps. Running for their life in this equation. Miniature runs into a classic.
Yeah, runs for their life right into a classic there. So definitely unfortunate, but it's going to be a lot of damage coming out a little bit later in the half. Zekin just unstoppable with this Sheriff right now. 3 kills. Dim Sum Boy goes down a 4K from Zekin again. Lemonade Stand, they hit 11. They are getting ready to put a bow on this and call it a night.
Zekin, what a force to reckon with, a 4K of pistol rounds. I love getting 3Ks, 4Ks, not just about what I like. Any player loves to get popped off in pistol round. If you do, it sets the tone for what your performance will be for the rest of the matchup. Sure, you could pop off like 100 Thieves when you're 9-3 down or whatever it may be, but there's not always time for that. Get into it early, buy in, and convince the opponent they should be scared. Right now, the Mafia, they're running scared. They're forcing in here. Spectres, Marshals, and a Sheriff. This is the last chance saloon set.
I made this comment earlier, and I'm going to say it again. I don't think putting your money on a Sheriff, or on a Marshal is ever a good idea. But just like last time, I was immediately proved wrong. So the kill does come through with the Marshal. I think it is a very quite literal hit or miss weapon. So they were able to hit, they were able to find their value there, but it's still just tied up 4-4. You didn't really take a lead by any means.
What are we going to see here? What can be done by the Mafia to change things?
It's going to be all about that patience. And oh, yeah, we should definitely call out the fact that the Viper on the left side, MAFIA, does have that technical bug where she died in the middle of her ultimate, so the game thinks she's still casting it. There is no Viper's Pit in round 2 of the second half, I promise you that much. But there might be one in round 3 because Justin Nova is just tearing this team apart. Will be traded out by Dim Sum Boy there, and he's going to get the spike plant as well, so that is guaranteed additional credits for MAFIA in the next round. But Lemonade Stand, they've got the numbers, and it looks like Root doesn't even need help. The double dash in, might be able to find something.
Not like this.
Kill. No! Oh, Cavern does steal it, but it looks like Dynamic is still going to fall. Plenty of time to defuse. Lemonade Stand, that very well may have been the penultimate round of the evening, my friends.
The disrespect is going to be disqualified. No knife, no candy cane, clobbering of the back of the head there. Match point, though. I think that's enough of a clobbering on the back of the head. The Mafia feeling a bit like this penguin, just like, where do I go? What do I do? Oh, it's not about the penguin, it's about the teddy bear. Maybe that is like the Mafia right now. They're running scared, they're hiding behind blue and saying, help us out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I oh man, I can't get over how cute those little stuffed animals are. They're literally not even real stuffed animals. I love them to death. If they ever released like real stuffed animals of that penguin, I'm buying 1,000 of them, no question.
But it'll be inbound. Cavern's inbound.
Oh, no way!
Oh no! Oh
it's over.
Dear!
It's over. We're gonna need literally like an ace to win this. Dim Sum falls, drops the spike, and there goes Osias. Blink and you miss it, folks. It has come to such an aggressive, such a random close, but let's pull up the map really quick before we even look at us. Let's pull up the map. I've got to talk about this a little bit. I want to talk about the presence of kind of what we saw. I want to talk about, because everybody keep an eye up here on the top right, okay? So we're looking at the different values these teams had. So we're talking about Lemonade Stand. Their game's looking a lot like this, right? Looking really good, right? MAFIA, however, their game looking a little bit worse. They're looking a little bit like this, a rough day for them. But all jokes aside, I want to talk about the fact that we talked about A being the impossibility, right? This area kind of around this part. I feel like A is the very reason that this was won so aggressively. They planted on A almost every time when they had the opportunity, and Lemonade Stand's defense in that area was almost unstoppable.
And staying on the map and just going for the overview completely, we said about the easiest site going for B, right? Going for that plant and solidifying maybe you plant for yellow, you get some players playing back there. We saw that in a couple of clutch situations for last minute rotations coming through from Zekken and from the likes. But what you're completely bang on is they worried about mids. That the mid control was dominating Root, made so many plays with the Blade Storm, and before anyone could react. And that's what you can do with that Jet movement. That's why a lot of people are calling Jet to be OP if you use it like that. And what really was the cherry in the cake for me, along with those A plays you were mentioning, where you saw 3 ultimates coming at the same time, make it 4. Root going through mid with the Blade Storm causing so much damage, and that pincer movement, I think that's what won them the game.
Yeah. I could not agree more. I mean, they just had phenomenal crossfires, phenomenal ultimate usages, including the time they used 4 ultimates at once. I thought it was weird, but it was calculated. It was not accidental. It was very intelligent, and they did a phenomenal job with it. All things considered, Lemonade Stand, they have bought out all the competition in the neighborhood. They have sent the Mafia packing, and there is a new sheriff in town by the name of Lemonade Stand because they just gave us an incredible performance there on Icebox.
They did. Stay tuned for much more coming from Lemonade Stand tomorrow for day 2 of the clearly frame advantage. But sadly, that is actually going to be a wrap for Sep and I. It has been our debut. Hopefully you have enjoyed what we've put down on the table. And hopefully also you're going to get involved for the clearly frame advantage. Do not forget, ! Clearly, I do believe in the chat if you want to get involved for the giveaways. I will confirm with production. I'm not sure if those giveaways will be happening after the show.
I think one's supposed to happen like right now.
I thought
if
so.
I'm not mistaken.
I thought it was supposed to be coming rather sharpish. So that giveaway is going to be happening in just a hot minute.
No, it's happening now, but we're on a delay, so it's already happening. We're talking into the wind at this point.
We're talking into the past. So for those giveaways, make sure if you didn't get in for today's, you're going to get in for tomorrow's giveaway. And also clearly.ca. If maybe you're looking for some gaming glasses, you're looking to get that gaming edge against the blue light coming off of your screen, check out the variety. I think there's 12 different frames available from clearly.ca, and it's all available online. You don't need to actually go down to the joint to figure it out. If you know your prescription, you can order those frames and get yourself plugged in and strapped in to be the best game possible with that clear vision as well. But from me, Cup of Frag, it has been absolute slice. Please make sure you give me a follow. I'm trying to stack up those Twitter followers. I'm trying to keep impressing you and informing you of all the Valorant there is to be. Also, follow this guy. Make sure you follow Sep. Give him a follow on the Twitter
I would
as
like
well.
it if you did.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I
Do it.
would like it if you followed. But like Cup of Frag said, we're going to be back tomorrow. At least I am. You're going to be here too, right, Cup? Or no, just me?
I
don't
will
remember.
I
But
will be back.
either way, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. The
With
whole
lads
event's
too.
happening tomorrow as well. It'll be starting 1:30 p.m. PST. So if you're on the East Coast like myself, don't get confused. It'll be 1:30 PST. And Cup, unless there's anything else, I think we're ready to close it for the night, right?
I'm going to give just a one bag high five to, of course, Jay, to Connor, to Flippy.
Oh, yes,
Thank
of
you so
course.
much, of course, TGS as well. Give them a follow on this channel where it's all being broadcast. Thank you so very much for joining us. Congratulations to the winners of the giveaways as well. We're back again tomorrow with more giveaways, more Valorant, and plenty more frags for your enjoyment. Have a great rest of your Saturday, folks. Stay safe. Have a drink of water as well, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Catch you later.